Hey everyone, welcome back to the BAM Famalam. This is our part 2 of our step-to-step guide to moving to Australia.
Woo! The reason I'm clapping is because that's take 3 of the introduction.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out.
Hold on when you need a friend, I'll never let you go again. Reach out when your mind's uneasy, 'cause I'll understand.
So last week we discussed everything up until where you get your visa. Now that you have your visa,
Well done.
but here's our step-to-step guide. Once you have your visa, step 1 of our step-to-step guide is that you will need to decide on a timeline. When are you going to move? Are you moving in a month or in a year? And whatever you're doing, you need to write everything down that you need to do in that time frame. So there are people that you need to let know. Your family and friends, if you haven't told them already, but they'll definitely need to know that you've got your visas now. You also need to think about when you're going to let your work know, and also about schools and utility companies, everything like that. You need to let all of these people know at some point, so it's good to write it down on your timeline when you'll let them know.
You've also got some big decisions to make. Are you going to sell your house? Are you going to rent it out? Are you going to keep a UK address?
This can be a close family member who you trust. I use one of my family members so that all my correspondence in the UK goes to this family member and they open all of my posts for me and share it with me.
Also, you need to work out about your cars. Are you going to sell them or are you going to bring them over? You need to work out if you're bringing your pet.
You also need to decide what other things you're going to take with you. So what furniture you want to take, what personal items you want to take, and what you don't mind leaving behind. There's also a lot of things that you need to do. So we're just going to give you a few things that you might want to think about and write down on your timeline so that you know when you're going to do things. You'll need to start clearing out your home and you'll need to start packing, but don't forget to clean everything, because if you have a bit of soil on your tools or gardening goods, they'll get stopped at customs and they won't be able to come into Australia, or you'll have to pay extra to have them cleaned.
Yeah, best thing to do is get some J's fluid and just scrub. So guys, if you've got any tools or stuff like that, or ladies, sorry, to discriminate, if you've got any tools or anything like that, really scrub them down with J's fluid. Once they open the toolbox or something like that, they like to smell the J's fluid because then they know it has been done.
You need to make sure that there's nothing on it that could get stopped at customs. Now you also need to check your passports and your driver's licenses. So make sure that at the beginning of this journey, you know your passports and your children's passport, everybody in your household, that they have plenty of time left on them, because you don't want to get to a month before you move and realise that your child's passport has run out and unfortunately you're going to have to leave them. Get a copy of your no claims discount from your car insurer, because you will be able to use that in Australia when you move over.
Now the exciting parts. Now it's time to book your flight.
Book your accommodation for when you arrive, and also your rental cars. You will need to get around at the beginning before you buy your first car. And if you're picking up your car from the airport when you first arrive, make sure you get a car big enough to fit all of your luggage in. You can open an Australian bank account before you move to Australia, where you'll be able to transfer your money to. Research Australian phone plans and just make sure that your phone that you're going to bring with you possibly is unlocked so that you can use any SIM card in it. It's easier to just pop a SIM card in once you arrive at the airport and have it ready to use straight away. Transfer your funds over before you arrive so that you can start using your Australian bank account straight away. Also start planning your moving day. Who's going to take you to the airport and who's going to be at the airport to wave you off and make you cry?
On the moving day, definitely make sure you get there a little bit earlier if you have got friends and family going to see you off, because it's going to be a very emotional time.
And you'll want to spend some time with them.
Yeah, one last goodbye for at least a year or two.
So because you wrote everything down and you had everything planned to the day, to the minute, now you can enjoy your moving day. You get to take it easy, take your trip to the airport, say goodbye to your family and friends, and enjoy the flight and make all those special memories. Take lots of pictures, make videos, just enjoy the moment. You've got a whole adventure ahead of you right now, getting on that plane and going to a new country to start a new life. When you get to Australia, probably one of the most important things to do first is to pick up a new SIM card so that you can start using your phone.
What I'd suggest is get over that jet lag first, and then plan a really good day out. Down to the beach or local zoo or something like that. Just have a really good day just to relax, forget about everything that's going to be coming up soon with buying houses and stuff like that.
Just have a really lovely day with your family and make sure your kids know that they're going to have a great time. So we went to Australia Zoo. Our children had never been to Australia before, and so this was a really special day where we got to show them one of the massive reasons why we wanted to move to Australia with them, and just showed them the most magical time. Once you've had your fun day, there are lots of things for you to now set up. So you want to get your Medicare in place, which you can do at a Centrelink office. You want to arrange your tax file number, which allows you to work in Australia.
You want to book in for some school views. Just go around, have a look at a few of the schools that are around you. The next thing you want to do is, you've got your rental car. Now you want to look to buy your own car. Most people drive automatics over here. You
also may want to take a trip down to the Department of Transport to talk through the process of purchasing a car, because it's not the same as it is in other countries, and there are certain processes that you have to follow. You also have to pay stamp duty on cars here.
And a rego.
If you speak to the Department of Transport, they can explain all of these costs, and they can explain the process of what you need to do.
And now you're here, you might want to work out your accommodation.
We booked a 2-week accommodation before we moved, with the intention of finding a rental property to move into once we arrived. However, once we were there, we decided that actually it might be better for us to stay there long term until we bought our first house here. So we made an arrangement with the management once we arrived and got a good deal on staying there long term. Also, it worked for us because we didn't need to purchase any items that we had in our container, which we were still waiting to arrive. The next thing you need to do, now that you've covered all the really important things such as your Medicare and your tax file number, is to make some friends.
Yay!
So get social, go and knock on your neighbours' doors, go and speak to people on local forums.
Yep, over here, don't forget they've got lots of things on for families. So they do free movie nights. So they put a big screen up in
a park.
In a park or at the surf clubs and stuff like that, which is free. You just turn up with a picnic, and then yeah, you just start chatting to the guys next to you.
Put yourself out there. You'll probably have to get more out of your comfort zone than you ever have before.
But it's definitely worth it. Once you start making friends, that transition becomes a lot easier.
Friends are the new Famalam.
Yeah. Right, that brings us to the end of this video, guys. I hope you found this video interesting and helpful for you.
If you want to see what we do in between videos and more about our lifestyle, you can follow us on our Instagram, which is at the BAM Famalam. If you did enjoy this video and you found it useful, please subscribe to the channel. And also drop us a comment if you've got any questions. We will do our best to answer them. If it's a question that we think might be useful for other people, we might even make a video about it.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.